Okay, we're now going to hear from our highest finishing championship contender, and that's Trevor Bayne. And today, Trevor drove the number 6 Advocare Ford over at Roush Fenway Racing, and Trevor came in 5th place today. Trevor, just talk about your run out there this afternoon at Chicagoland.
Well, I haven't been able to come to the media center after races for much here lately, but Chicago is a place we've got to come twice this year. So last year this was a place we really struggled, and we came back in the spring with a totally different package, and we were able to finish 2nd. And we brought that exact package and car back here today. And, we thought it would be a little bit better than it was. My car started out really tight in practice, tight in qualifying, started out the race tight compared to the last race here. And we spent the whole race freeing it up, doing everything we could to get the thing to turn. And by the end, it was pretty good, and we were able to drive our way up into the top 5 and had decent lap times. And also Chad did a great job with strategy, giving us tires at the end, even though it made for some sketchy restarts when nobody else had tires. I know Kyle Busch was putting his car in places a lot of people wouldn't, trying to get through the field. So I know it was a fun race for people to watch, and just glad to be back in the top 5 and in contention here. It feels good after the last few weeks we've had.
Thank you, Trevor. And our race runner-up, Kyle Larson, he drove the number 42 Colgate Chevrolet. And Kyle, certainly a good performance for you out there this afternoon. You were chasing that 5 car and certainly had it in your sights. But just talk about how things went for you.
Yeah, it was a good day for us. We were 2nd or 3rd the whole race, and could see the leader's just out in front of me for the whole race. So Colgate Chevy was fast. Like Trevor said, we started out practice really tight, and Zippy was able to get a handle on it there for qualifying. And from the drop of the green, I knew he had a good car, and we took 4 tires that last pit stop and had a really good restart. Went 11th to 4th, I think, in a lap, and then I just got tight behind Brian Scott and got into the wall. I don't know if I got in the oil too off 4, because the lap before I felt like I got in the oil and the car pushed out in front of me, and then the next lap I hit the wall and damaged my body, and thought I lost a lot of speed after that, and just couldn't keep up with Kevin, and was able to hold off Kyle Busch there at the end, though, so that was good. And 2nd place isn't bad. We haven't ran very good in Nationwide Series the last few weeks.
Thank you, Kyle. And now our top Sunoco Rookie of the Year candidate in the Nationwide Series is Dillon, and Ty came in today. He came in 7th. And Ty drove the number 3 Red Cap Chevrolet over there at Richard Childress Racing. And Ty, just talk about your run out there this afternoon.
It was definitely an eventful day for our Red Cap team. We had speed all day, especially on restarts. We could really go on restarts, but at the beginning of the race, our splitter kind of detached from the fascia of our front end and had like a really bad flutter. And anytime it fluttered, it'd get really tight, so we had to come in and fix that and restart at the back. I guess about 70 laps into the race. So from there on, it was kind of a battle. We had great pit stops there at the end, and just tried to make the most. We didn't take tires and just tried to hold everybody off. And I don't know if we finished 6th or 7th. We were side by side with Elliott at the line, so maybe we'll get up to 6th. But not a bad day for the adversity we had to come through. We technically did what we needed to do and beat the guys in front of us in points, but we got to do a lot better to get up there in the championship.
Okay, we'll take some questions now for these 3 drivers. If you have one, raise your hand. Stan over here has got one.
Yeah, I want to start off with Ty Dillon. Ty, Stan Creekmore with CompetitionPlus.com. Speak about that final run for you there, where you have to come back all the way from the back of the field. Were there any moments where you thought, "Oh no, this isn't gonna work," or was everybody pretty careful as you came through?
I don't know if everybody was careful, but I'd like them to all get out of the way. But no, there wasn't a moment where I ever felt like giving up. It was just a lot of adversity through the day. We had a couple of different things that kind of didn't go our way, but we don't give up. We got a lot of fight in our team. We've been kind of battling from behind all year, and we've really been making a run at it here the second half of the year. So getting behind early in a race is nothing to us. We're used to fighting from behind, and hopefully things start going our way, and we'll run to our full potential and get up there and hopefully get our second win.
Other questions for Trevor, Kyle, or Ty? Anybody? We'll take one more.
I got to pick, right? All right, Kyle, sorry, you're out.
You're up here every week, right?
Trevor, next year you're going to come back to this track in a different position. You're going to be looking at Sunday. So what do you think you learned today that and in the past years at this track that you think are going to benefit you next year?
Well, this place has been good to me at times, and it's been bad to me at times, like last season. I think our best finish is maybe second or third here, and we've always been decent in nationwide cars. But I think, today what I learned is just being able to move around. I think that's the biggest thing I saw today. If I were racing tomorrow, what I would take from today is the fact that you had to run where nobody else was running, whether that meant up at the gray and the very top. But then if Kevin Harvick and Kyle and those guys started moving up to the very top, it would rubber up really quickly. And until the next caution, it would go away. So you had to move back to the second lane or the third lane or maybe even the bottom again. And then, it was kind of crazy how it went in cycles throughout the day. Then a caution would come out. We would pick up all the rubber and start all over again. So that's kind of what I would take from today. If we come back with a different tire next year, I'll just have to learn it all again. But seat time for me this season has been the biggest thing. I love my double duty weekends when I'm in the 21 and the 6 car where I can go out and get a ton of laps of practice to find out where I need to be on the racetrack and what my car needs to do as the track changes. I think that's a big advantage, and a lot of times that's why you see the Cup guys up at the top of the nationwide pylon after the race is just that extra track time every weekend. So I'm looking forward to next season for sure, and looking forward to the rest of this year with Advocare and being in the 6. We're definitely ready to go race on Sundays all the time next year.
Anybody else? Well, guys, certainly congratulations on a strong run out there, and good luck the rest of the way. And